Welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We're taking on a Japanese, what's this guy's name again? Vigard. Is it Vigard? I think it is. Leon's dad. And this is actually a pretty cool little theme mix map here. Really like what's going on here, but there's a bit of a flaw here in terms of the, I don't know if it's just the choice of nukes, or probably needs a rally, because the left-hand side is a little bit weak in comparison to the right. Well, not the opposite, I mean. The left-hand side is stronger than the right-hand side, because we can actually just tank Leon and be totally fine, which is such a crazy thing to say. But yeah, Ike is just, that's the meta. Ike survives, and that's really all that you need to win, which is pretty much the play here. We're just going to tank Leon, hide the rest of our units because we have enough space. Probably if I didn't have the space, then this would be a lot more challenging, but I do, so I don't have to worry about it too much. And also the other issue is that the dance here isn't going to hit anyone that could potentially threaten. I mean, if a Grin were to like move down and then Trianja dance after, then maybe it could be a problem, but I don't foresee that happening with move turn order, with melee units moving first and so on. So somebody else is definitely going to get danced before a Grin can even make a choice to impact us. And also, being on the left-hand side, she's probably just going to come straight down, and the same can probably be said for Ganunga Gap. So, yeah, probably something that you could work on, I guess. Try to get the ranges to overlap a little bit more with a rally or something. I don't believe that you need both the fire and near save. You could probably drop one of them. Gives you another nuke, or at least another dancer, just to make things a little bit more threatening for the enemy team. But overall, just gotta finish setting this up, and then Ike should do the rest. I'll figure out how to get the pots afterwards. That aside, Dark Season defense has not been going well for me personally. What's that? I think I have like 4 losses so far. The last 2 were really just like I got warp bubbled, so really not much I could do there aside from. I think it all boils down to the defensive build just wasn't up to scratch with what I wanted it to do. Primarily because of how Loki plays and what she brings to the table. I've been looking at like some of the matchups with Loki, and I think she can actually take out Ike, depending on the investment and number of mythics, you know, stuff like that. But if she can get that special off on the first hit, it's a good possibility that she should be able to take down Ike. So that's also something to think about, but I don't know what I'm going to do until like next Dark Season. Hopefully there'll be some more units added to, well, there definitely will be something else that can help me out, because it's a little bit of a struggle. I definitely wanted to change up my defense. I didn't want to run the same defense 3 times in a row for Dark Season. I've never done that before. So I changed it up, but the change did not go as anticipated. Yeah, I can probably, like, just looking at the data that I've gotten, and that is all just data, good or bad, and now I could probably like make some fixes for the remainder of the season, but I'm just gonna see it out. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna see it out and let it slide. It is what it is.
Leave it to us.
Yeah, it is what it is. And then next Dark Season, I'll put something else together that's a little bit better, because it would require me to change my map entirely, and I don't want to do that. I don't like doing that. It just takes away from the it's not authenticity. Effort. I don't know. There's a word that I'm looking for, and it's just not coming to me. But it takes away from whatever it is that I was trying to do, so I'm going to leave the same map out. I've already made some changes with the unit selection, because the first iteration of it just wasn't going to work, because, yeah, Peony was getting baited. Fast forward, Peony's still getting baited, but it's for a completely different reason. Not that, you know, Warp Bubble is enough to win. You still have to play well, and they did indeed play well.
We'll do
so,
our best.
no complaints from me. Typically, if I'm salty, I'll rematch, but I didn't feel the urge to. They totally did the right thing, so I just let it slide. Astra Anima season, though, I definitely have something in store for Astra Anima, so that one's still cooking. I just gotta figure out that last spot, and Canto Control, perhaps. Yeah, definitely want to see what I can do there for that last spot. I think there's something there with the Canto Control, but we'll see how that pans out. That aside, yeah, we're pretty much done here. I just gotta figure out how to get the pots. And yeah, it was as I said, or it is, or was, whatever tense, as I said, pretty easy once we took down Leon there to clear the rest of this. Armor's in the back. For a Cavline, really not much point in running 2 save units.
Leave it to us.
Yeah, typically you're going to be able to take everything out on the first or second turn. So the extra save unit is primarily or probably always going to get stuck in the back, even if you have the extra movement. So I wouldn't recommend it. I probably wouldn't recommend any save units at all. Well, the only reason that we run a save one near or far is really because Winter Edelgard, and then the potential that, well, Winter Edelgard and the fence. Those are the only real reasons why we run save units on defense for a Cavline. Because if there's no fence, then you're gonna get the opportunity to attack on turn 1, and you're probably gonna get a kill, depending on how well the opponent plays. But if it's a Edelgard, then you're probably just done so. So you need at least near save on defense for a Cavline, or just have units that Edelgard doesn't kill, but that is not a very big list. Winter Edelgard kills most things. So yeah, I drop one of these, probably Vigard, since he's just a near save, and Mur runs two roles. You could drop Vigard for Gatekeeper, works pretty well, and yeah, you get 1 extra nuke. Man, if Gatekeeper gets like a range Cav ults, my god, he's gonna be like perfect for Cavlines. Yeah, because really the only reason that he's there is to stop Edelgard from warping, but if he can back that up with a little bit of firepower, he's gonna be a beast to be reckoned with. But hopefully IS doesn't do that, because yeah, I don't think the game is ready for that. Maybe another Mur ult. Yeah, another Mur ult would be fine. But range Gatekeeper, no. We're not ready for that. Not a Cav Gatekeeper. Yeah. What else? Ooh. Konosuba is like trash. It's so bad. I was looking at it and I thought it would be like some type of magical girl type anime, but no, it's a parody isekai that is. It gives me a lot of reminders of Gintama, but not a good version of Gintama. Well, a modern version of Gintama, and I hated Gintama. So there you have it. This is not. I don't know, man. I thought it would be something else, but it's not. It's just a make horny fest parody of the isekai genre, and
we'll do our best.
If that's what you're into, you're better off watching Eminence in the Shadow, which is 10 times better at doing what Konosuba is trying to do. So yeah, I don't know, but I'll probably just. I have this thing where I can't stop once I've started. I'm just gonna see it through to the end. So yeah, that's gonna happen. Already on season 3. Just a couple more episodes to go before I'm all caught up. But yeah, I was not impressed. After that, I don't know. I'll pick something else up. I don't know what it'll be. I don't know, man. I'll probably rewatch Ragnar Crimson or something. Because I did really enjoy Ragnar Crimson. But yeah.
Let's rumble.
it is what it is. Did not expect that at all from Konosuba. After all the hype, luckily I didn't get spoiled on what it was, but
Am I needed?
finding out what it was, I was kind of disappointed. I mean, it has a lot of great base elements. I was hoping that at some point they would actually just commit to at least the adventure portion of it, which they did do to an extent, but more could be done, man. Like a lot more could be done, but I guess it's getting more seasons, so maybe they'll continue to build it out. But yeah, Eminence in the Shadow does it 10 times better. Yeah, it really does. Trying to figure out how to get up here. A little bit stuck here at the moment. My own doing, of course. Okay, I decided that I'm just gonna wait one more turn and get out of Vigard's way, and it should be fine. Yeah, making this a little bit more difficult than it needs to be. So yeah, what else? Face stuff. I got Nurgle. I think I mentioned that before, but I still haven't tested them yet. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm forgetting whatever it is that I was going to talk about. I had a topic in mind, but completely just left my brain.
We'll do our best.
Hopefully I pick it up for the second match. This one is pretty much done. There goes Vigard. And that's GG's, man. I'm going to play one more, of course. Doubling up today. Hold on to your hats, folks. Alright, welcome to our second match of the day. This is against... I don't know how to say that, man. I'm not even going to try. I really don't know how to say that. But we're going to go ahead and step on the bull traps here just to get some extra space. And then Ike is going to do Ike things, and we'll get the pots, and that's that. Not a lot of threats here, so let's step on this trap. Okay, that's the real one. And we're gonna back out because I can't live a hit now. Alright, so we're gonna back out and go on turn 2, which is fine. Doesn't really matter. First turn, second turn, I just get a chance to break stuff now. That's really all it is. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Am I up?
Here would be good, yeah. And then we're going to take on Loki and Honoka. And then hopefully Illigan dances Flying Lady Embla. And that should give us a couple of units off the board at least. Loki has really, really great combat potential. She could have been like the first healer with DR piercing in her weapon, or at least the only healer with DR piercing in her weapon. Either one would have been fine, but I don't know. They just aren't giving healers the firepower that they need to actually be good. I'll live this. This will be a big hit, like a really big hit, but yeah, as you can see, I am still alive. How did she pre-charge that anyways? Was it -2? She had not quicken pulse. I'll double check that. Not sure what happened there, but yeah, I feel like she deserved just a little bit more to be a more competent combat unit, because support is great, but still not exactly what you need from your mythics nowadays. I think she can at least replace Embla, but she needs to be hitting a bit harder. There's no reason that she couldn't have gotten at least 50% DR cut. That's totally fine. It doesn't even have to be 50. 30 is fine too. I don't know, man. That's mean. IS is being mean. From here, we're just going to take out a couple units. I might leave Elegant to be the last one based on his positioning. And we're going to have to probably test a trap here. Doesn't matter, but I'm probably going to do it. Whether it's real or not doesn't matter, but I'll probably
just that good.
test it out just to get some stuff out the way. I really like this Winter Lysithea, but she is lacking in terms of, well, on release, she just didn't hit hard enough. I've seen some versions of her that are able to do damage, but yeah, she's just not it. Hopefully she gets a decent refine. There's a lot of refines that need to come out, like, quickly, because, I don't know, man. The game is pretty far along now in its life cycle, and they're kind of slowing down on some of these refines. I don't blame them because it is like you want there to be space between. You want there to be enough space to create unique refines. Everyone can't get the same refine. Imagine if everyone just got +5 to all stats and Death Blow. Death Blow 2. That would be very good. So I understand why they're taking their time with these, but because it does take a lot of time to come up with new design ideas that impact the gameplay mechanics. We just got Essence Drain, which is terrifying because it's basically Tina but for offense, or for better Tina is how I want to say it. So yeah, there's that, and I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some crazy stuff that's going to happen after Crom gets his refine this year, Brave Crom at least, because he's going to be nuts once he gets his refine in. They don't really have to do much for him. He's already such a good unit, so I can only imagine how much stronger he'll be once the refine kicks in.
I'll guide you.
So yeah, I think we're going to go into a meta more lean towards removing status effects because they've been giving us so much. And so far there's only been 3 units now that actually steal status effects or remove them altogether. I forgot to count dual Thor, so that's what, 4, but that's more of a dual button, so I don't know if that one really counts because you're not always going to be able to just use that dual button. But just units that do it flat out, we're now at 3 if I'm not mistaken. So they're probably going to start pushing that envelope a bit more, which would make weapons like perf weapons just more desirable because everyone won't be able to have, let's say, no follow-up in their weapon, or no follow-up active on them. So let's say you're in combat against a unit that has guaranteed follow-up. If you don't have no follow-up yourself or no follow-up in your B slot, then you're going to be at a disadvantage. So things like that are going to come into play more. The B slot should become even more competitive in that meta. So we should be seeing more unique builds. Because a lot of the effects that most units have these days are being outsourced as status effects. So yeah, I'm looking forward to more essence drain type effects, or more effects that, in comparison to like what Tina and Loki can do. What that'll look like, I don't know. Nurgle is a good first step in that direction, but I kind of feel like Nurgle was supposed to be a mythic, and they kind of just scrapped the idea for whatever reason. But I feel like maybe he came out too late, and they just changed their minds in terms of rollout. But I feel like he was supposed to be a mythic, just looking at his kit and everything. But yeah, that aside, I think we're gonna get like Athos or something because it would be on theme, on brand for the unit traces that we've gotten this month. And then next month, well, is it this month that we're getting both emblem? I don't remember. I think it was May, or was it June? I can't recall. But I'm excited for the legendary banner this month. We'll see how it turns out. GG's. See you on the next one.